So put on your farming hat. It's time to trim some branches, plant some seeds, and make some sounds. Hey guys, this is Shane here from Echo Soundworks, and in this video, we're gonna be taking a look at probably the strangest software synthesizer I've ever used. It's called Charge Synplant. And if it's good enough for Flume, it's good enough for all of us. That sound you heard is from Flume's track Rushing Back, and he straight up just used a preset from Synplant. Now it makes sense that someone like Flume, who likes to make left of center, kind of out there sound design choices, would use a synth like Synplant because it's an out there synth. Now the reason why I said put on your farming hat is because when you look at Charge Synplant, you're not gonna see envelopes and oscillators and filters and things that you'd expect to see with a conventional synthesizer. What you are gonna see is branches, seeds, and even DNA genome editing. So it's by far the trippiest synth out there, but it's capable of creating a wide range of sounds. Let's take a listen. So the reason I'm doing this video is because I just want to show you guys a really cool synth, something that doesn't get talked about that often. Like I said, it came out a long time ago. I think it came out in 2008 or 2009. But if you guys are kind of bored with like a virtual analog synthesizer or wavetable synth, whatever it might be, and you're looking for something different, something new, something fresh, but that isn't that hard to use, check out Synplant. Now that being said, this is not a sponsored video. I'm getting no affiliate money. So let's actually dive into what makes this synth work and how you can tweak presets and quickly create new and cool sounds. All right, so at this point, you've heard some sounds. You're probably thinking, well, how the hell do you actually use this thing? Well, put on your farming hat and also put on your geneticist hat, because we're going to trim some branches. We're going to extend some branches. We're going to plant some seeds, and we're going to edit some genes. I am not kidding. This is literally how the manual talks and speaks, and I love it. I love that it doesn't ever break character. I feel like every time I use Synplant, I'm like working with someone who just has like a facade that they will not let down. So let's look at how we can actually tweak a sound. So the best way to do it is just load up presets probably and start to tweak. So I've gone back and I've loaded up the Flume sound here. All right, so the main part of the interface that you're most likely going to interface with is this bulb here, and this is called the Synplant bulb. Now, in this bulb, we have a couple important components. We have the seed, the main seed, and we have the individual branches as well as a mod wheel source. Now, each branch actually correlates to a pitch, and you can change each note within the scale independently. What do I mean by that? Well, here's my C note. Sounds like this. Here's G. We can see the seed illuminate on G, and I can change the sound of just G, but not C. Right, now let's say I do tweak something and I like how it sounds. If I like that, I can right click on that and I can clone selected branch to every other branch. Now, if you want to just reset the entire sound, you can just right click on this and hit new random seed. And that will bring up an entire new sound for you to edit and manipulate. Now, if I hover just off of the main scene, we have this mod wheel, and I can click down and drag up. And now I've tweaked that preset. Now there's a couple sliders that in case kind of wrap around the Synplant bulb that you can use to further tweak the sound. We have a tuning knob, which we can tune all the way down an entire octave, up an octave, and anywhere between that in a semitone fashion. Now the knob or slider to the right of that is called atonality. So down at 0%, it's going to be better suited for melodic chromatic passages, when you're playing actual leads, pads, that sort of stuff. If you want to get more ambient kind of drone, you introduce some drone elements to it, turn it up. Then we have our effects slider down here. And a release slider. So that's the main part of the interface, right? You grow branches, the further out you get from your seed with that branch, the more the sound changes. And if you like that branch, clone it to the rest of the seed, or you can just plant an entire new seed or plant. All right, so now let's take off our farming hat and let's put on our geneticist hat. It was so weirdest tutorial I've ever done. So up here at the top, we have the Manipulate Genes button or tab. And if we click this, a helix shows up, a double helix. And our double helix, DNA helix, I don't know. I'm a musician. A helix nonetheless. And we can actually see what's going on from a synth perspective. There's common terms. I see LFO, frequency modulation, amplitude modulation, noise. So really what's going on with Synplant is it looks like it's a kind of a frequency modulation type of synth, right? It's not using basic virtual analog oscillators. So let's say I wanted to go B noise. Let's take this up. Right, that's a noise oscillator. Let's take A mod, amplitude modulation, down. So that appears to be the atonality. Let's do A color here. So it's pretty crazy stuff here. We also can go down to our effects and we can see effects mix, damp, coarse, and size. So this is obviously reverb. Right, so I have completely screwed up this preset by showing you guys those different controls. But again, that's the fun part about Synplant. We can just go new random seed and start messing around until we get something we like. All right, guys, that's going to sum up the video. If you guys have any questions or comments, post those below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And if you're not subscribed to the channel and you like all things music production, synthesis, sound design, free sample packs, and sound sets, smash that subscribe button. If you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys get an update when we release new content. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.